Hello and welcome to The Loop. I'm Matt Brooding.
And I'm Erin McBride. You hear us say it often. Move over and slow down for our crews.
After this latest winter storm, we're up to 35 plows struck this winter. The latest came on Super Bowl Sunday, as crews were treating for icy conditions in District 1's Allen County and District 11's Belmont County. Fortunately, there were no life-threatening injuries.
Last week, a pothole patching crew in District 6, Fayette County, was struck on US 35. This is the view from the attenuator truck, also known as the crash truck. The truck was rear-ended by a semi. Our driver suffered injuries, but will be okay.
These crashes don't have to happen. They're totally preventable if drivers simply pay attention. Our work zones are clearly marked and our trucks and people are highly visible, but you'll never see them if you aren't paying attention. When you do see them, please make sure you're giving them plenty of room to work.
Well, it's official, and unfortunately, no surprise to us who work in transportation. Sadly, 2021 was the deadliest year for drivers in over a decade. In fact, it's 10% higher than 2020, which was previously the deadliest in over a decade. There were 1,230 fatalities in 2020 and 1,361 fatalities in 2021. So what's going on? Well, ODOT has one of the most robust road safety programs in the nation. We're already investing $450 million in safety projects by 2025. That's outside our usual nearly $2 billion investment in construction each year. So when we look at the data, driver behavior certainly is playing a role. People are driving too fast, not wearing seatbelts, driving impaired, and of course, driving distracted. Now look, there are still safety improvements needed, and we can't fund everything at once. But safe driving is literally in your hands. So do the right thing when behind the wheel. Buckle up, drive the speed limit, drive sober, and please, no swiping, no scrolling, no TikToking, none of that. Seriously, we see it every day. And if the consequence of crashing doesn't scare you, then remember you're breaking the law anytime you decide to engage in one of those four behaviors. Let me tell you, the fines for some of those actions are thousands of dollars. Plus, you could lose your license and even your job. Clearly, it's not worth it. Drive safely, Ohio. Who knew?
There's a lot of history along the national road. ODOT District 5 Public Information Officer Morgan Overby shows us how ODOT is helping to ensure the history lives on.
I'm here in Licking County where the crew behind me is replacing historical markers along US Route 40. Now this isn't your average work assignment for these guys, but it is a special one because they get to be a part of a transportation project that has a legacy that dates back 200 years and will hopefully last another 200. District 5 highway technicians Ralph Eckelberry and Mike Moore were tasked with replacing historical markers along US Route 40. And with the help of highway technician Rick Herron, they were able to replace 13 historical markers in our region. They even crossed district boundaries and lent a hand in District 11's Belmont County as well.
In Belmont County, we was over there working and an older fellow stopped and he said he was with the Historical Society at Belmont County. And he said the one we was actually working on at that time got relocated and was put in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. So that was kind of interesting.
The project builds off the previous Transportation Alternatives grant that was completed a few years ago across Licking, Franklin, and Madison counties. 220 miles of the national road run through Ohio, and a stone marker on the north side of every mile told travelers how many miles they were from Cumberland, Maryland, which is the beginning point of the highway. For The Loop from the National Road, I'm Morgan Overby.
Thanks a lot, Morgan. We'll get more ODOT news online at transportation.ohio.gov. Follow us on social media and keep sending those story ideas and feedback to loop@dot.ohio.gov.
And now, you're in the loop.